Okay, welcome back. In this video, I just wanted to briefly go over the break and continue statement. The break and continue statement, in most cases, they are used in a conditional statement, right? So, break. So, for example, if you want to run through a for loop, and then you want to check if a particular condition is met within that for loop, you can then either print the command statement break, or to print the command statement continue. So there is no really other way of me explaining the break and continue statement without me having to actually show you how it's done. So, which is exactly what I am going to be doing today. So, the break and continue statement, right? Key things you need to know is that they are used in conditional statements, right? Right? So, break and continue. Break and continue. All right, there we go. Break and continue. They are used in conditional statements. In most cases, they are used in conditional statements. Whenever you're learning something new in programming, you need to ask yourself what the purpose of that particular thing that you are learning is. So we are going to be looking at what is the intended purpose for the break and continue statement, right? So if you look at what a variable's intended purpose is, it's to store information. If you look at what the intended purpose is of an if statement, it is to check if a particular condition is met and then to execute a particular command once that particular condition is met. If you are going to ask what the purpose of an array is, well, depending on whether it's a one-dimensional array or a two-dimensional array, it allows you to store multiple values in contiguous memory locations of the exact same data type within one variable. You're going to look at what the function of a procedure is, what the function of a function is. It's just to divide your programs into subprograms and then having to then call those different subprograms or functions into the main function so that you can reuse them over and over again. So everything that you're going to be learning in programming has its intended purpose. You need to discover, or you need to ascertain what its intended purpose is, because understanding what that particular thing's purpose is will allow you, or it will give you more knowledge on when and how you can use that particular thing or that particular instrument. So let's just create a for loop, right? For integer I is equals to 0. I is less than, let's just say 10, right? I plus plus. And then let's just say if I is equals to 5, then it should break. No, let's start off with continue, right? So it should continue. And now I want us to see out, or to print I. Now let's just okay, let's run that. Okay, so we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you guys are paying close attention, what we wanted to do here is we said that the array should start at 0. Let's just say that it should start at 1 to make things much more simpler, and it should be less than or equals to 10, right? So the array is starting at 1, and it should be less than or equals to 10. So the array is going to go like this. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. And we're saying if I is equals to 5, right, it should continue. When I is equals to 5, what we're saying is continue. What the continue statement does is that it just forgets about 5. So now we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The continue statement, right? Let's come up here. Continue skips a particular element in an array, right? So that's what it does. So we've just skipped number 5. So if I run this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It has skipped number 5 because I said that if I is equals to 5, then it should continue. But when I put break here, right, let's just put break there. I want you to notice the difference between these two things. Okay, so when I put break, what's now happening is we are now having 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever happened to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Well, that's because the break statement, what it does is that it sort of it terminates, if I could use that word, it terminates the array, but only displays the preceding, the previous elements, not the preceding, the previous elements, right? So it terminates the array but only displays the preceding elements, right? So what that means is that number 1 is still going to be there, number 2 is still going to be there, number 3 is still going to be there. Let me just put, right, number 4 is still going to be there, excuse me, but number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 is now sort of terminated, right? We have removed all of these guys. So all of these guys are now removed. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is the break and continue statement. They are usually used in the context of conditional statements, more specifically the for loop, where it has the if statement sort of put underneath it. So when do you expect to use the if, not the if, the break and continue statement? You might need to use the break and continue statement if you are trying to delete a particular element within an array. You can use it if you're trying to search for a particular element in the array, or if you're just trying to terminate the array elements once a particular condition has been met. So in the following lessons, we will go over how to delete an element from an array, how to basically stop the array from looping if a particular condition has been met using the break and continue statement.